What's happening? Of course, you know it's your boy B-Hop Radio Shout. And as always, I got my podcast partner off in this thing. OG Gangsta Wicked, the Ghetto Mafia.
What's happening, B-Hop Day, man? You know, I normally, I'm doing my little thing, my routine.
Still getting ready, but you just pissed off today.
Yeah, I'm a little bit, and it ain't just because of the source interview. It's because of the proposal I gave you that you didn't respond to, and I was saying that, I should take the little bit of office that you gave me and then the big office that you got. I wanted to tear the wall down and make me one big office, and you didn't respond to it.
Because that was ludicrous, okay? That was just ludicrous. We wasn't going to do that. That wasn't going to be happening, man. That body's crazy. That's this doggone Rolling Stone top 10 that's really pissed everybody off, man. I'm going to just go ahead and go through it right quick. For those who don't know, Rolling Stone put down their top 200 albums, hip-hop albums of all time, things that changed the culture and moved it around. And their top 10 was just so damn ridiculous that I almost lost my mind because there was a lot of stuff that just wasn't in it. Now, don't get it messed up. No disrespect to anybody they put in their top 10. But I just feel like there were some records that were missing that could have been in there.
My thing is this, man. When we have to make our own top 10, B-High.
Yeah.
First of all, top 10, top 20, top 50, whatever.
That's right.
When you get people from maybe the same region, same ethnic background, they're gonna kind of be similar in what they like. I have to hang around some of my white friends to know what good country records are. You understand what I'm saying? So I think that I looked at the list. I saw a few of the people on there. I recognize one or two of the writers. But my thing is this right here. We got to get some people from Atlanta.
That's right.
From Cali.
That's
from
right.
Houston.
That's
from
right.
New York, so that we can make a real list.
Chicago.
Exactly. From everywhere. So I think that this list is pretty much what the writers from the source and what they like.
I'm about to get into this list. And just for the the audience to know what the hell's going on as well, they say that the number one record of all time was the Notorious B.I.G.'s Ready to Die. Number 2, Outkast, Stankonia. Number 3, Jay-Z, The Blueprint. Number 4, Public Enemy, It Takes a Nation. Number 5, Kendrick Lamar, To Pimp a Butterfly. 6, Kanye West, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. 7, Missy Elliott, Miss E, So Addictive. 8, Wu-Tang Clan, Enter the Wu. Okay, number 9, The Tribe Called Quest, The Low End Theory. And number 10, Lauryn Hill, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill.
Now see, just you saying that right there, those names.
That's right.
It let me know without even looking at it. When I first saw Biggie was number 1 over Tupac, I knew right then. I said, "This must be, the people that are writing this must be, up from New York, or they have a northern influence on them.
That's right.
whoever they giving the paperwork to. So now you need to take this off.
That's
right. You
right.
need to take this out. This is what you need to put on.
Exactly.
So it's either them or whoever they turning in the stuff to. I just can't put Biggie at number 1. Me personally, I think Biggie was great, but there is nothing that I think that Biggie did better than Tupac. That's me personally.
I know you got your top 10, but who would be your number 1 album of all time?
My number 1 album for me would be Tupac, All Eyes on Me. I mean, they made a movie. They made a movie out of that. All Eyes on Me.
I feel that.
That was the number 1 movie in the country, in the world for a while.
I feel that.
You know what I'm saying? So that would be my number 1 album. What about at number 2? I got The Chronic.
Okay.
Okay. How can you not give me that list again?
Okay.
Give me that list again.
Okay, I got
just the first 3 of them.
The first three go like this. Okay, Biggie, Outkast, Stankonia, and Jay-Z, The Blueprint.
Stankonia wasn't even Outkast's best album. Me and you went back and forth about this.
Exactly.
I think we went about Southern Playalistic and
ATLiens and
Aquemini.
That's right.
Right? So I'm still of the mindset that that Southern Playlist is my favorite.
Yeah.
Now, if anybody out there said Aquemini, I don't have a big argument with that.
That's right.
But that ain't even Outkast's best album. Number 3 was again who?
Jay-Z, The Blueprint.
I had Jay-Z, The Blueprint. I can see him top 15-ish.
Yeah.
I can see that top 15. I don't think it was his best album.
The Black Album, for me, that was my favorite Jay-Z album. I would have liked to see that right there.
Yeah, that and Blueprint neck and neck. Where was Nas?
He wasn't in the top 10.
Okay, let me give you my.
Illmatic wasn't in the top 10.
See, that's what I'm saying. So let me give you my top 10 Beehive. This is for all y'all out there. This is just from Wick. I would go Tupac #1, All Eyes on Me. I told you that.
Okay.
My next one got to be Dr. Dre and Snoop Doggy Dogg, The Chronic.
That's right.
I mean, come on. I'm going on stuff that was a movement.
Yeah.
Not just who sold the most records. Because we did who sold the most records. I wish I was a ball or something.
Yeah.
The Diary by Scarface. Understand? With Mind Playing Tricks and all that on there.
Yeah.
I'm Bad. LL Cool J.
Okay.
Understand what I'm saying?
I hear you.
Yeah, you remember I had to snap on you about talking reckless about LL Cool J.
I love LL.
Okay. The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, it was in that top 10. And I'll keep it in the top 10. That was an album that kind of went both ways. It was classic hip hop, but at the same time it had R&B. So that was the movement from it.
That's right.
That she was kind of one of the first ones to put the R&B and the reggae and the hip hop together. And she made a song about me. You know what I'm saying? She was talking about me on one of the songs. When she was talking about, this could all be so simple. She was talking about me on that song.
Oh my God. I thought she was talking about you on the one when she said, you know, what you gonna do when you ain't right with things? You know.
You see what I'm saying? They be that stuff right there. That's what I be talking about right there, EJ. That stuff there. I was hating on the player. You know what I mean?
What else you got on that list?
I got Get Rich or Die Trying. 50.
Yeah,
50, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, what about Easy Does It?
The motherfucking
Cruising
real.
down the street, massive phone.
Come on.
Maggity Ben. I can't remember what he was saying, but it sounded something like that.
Exactly.
Number 9, I gotta go back to pop.
Damn.
Machiavelli.
See that? Machiavelli that's one of my favorite albums of all time.
Absolutely.
That's just a personal favorite of mine.
Yeah, and then to end off this one may be controversial to you and to a lot of people up north and maybe out west. Because I'm in Atlanta, we only had Outkast. I went with as a movement. As a movement, Young Jeezy, Trap or Die. And that was more of a mixtape. Yeah. And you said that they did
have some mixtapes in there.
Put some mixtapes in there. Now, I could easily take Jeezy out and put a whole bunch of different records in there, which we're going to get into. But I kind of want to hear what you got first before we start kind of going in the honorable mentions and the top 20 or 25 best albums. Okay,
when I go with my top 10, see, I didn't put mine in no particular order because I just couldn't do it, okay? When I think of top 10s, you know, see, this is the part where people get angry, Wick. They get angry when they up north and they trying to put together the best albums of all time and they realize that Outkast could easily take the first top 5 albums on your damn list, okay? So I'm going to just bring it back in, and I'm going to just give Outkast 2 albums in my top 10. Is that okay with everybody?
I'm okay.
I could give them 3. I could give them 3.
I gave Pac 2, so I'm okay with that.
I'm going to give them AT Aliens and Aquemini. Those 2 albums right there were some of the greatest albums ever damn made sonically. Also, front to back, banger after banger after banger. I have to throw UGK's Riding Dirty in there.
And you saying UGK's Riding Dirty in the top 10? Or you saying just overall in the top 200? Because see, let me tell you, there are 200. It was a top 200, and then there was the top 10 that you read. Are you saying that's in the top 10? The UGK Ride Dirty?
I can squeeze them in my damn top 10. I can squeeze them in my top 10 front to back. Because see, when I think about music and we're talking about top 10 records, we're talking about records that changed the game but also changed lives at the same time. We ain't talking about just the music that was getting played. I'm talking about, you know, when you could bring Bobo on the show and 250,000 people want to hear about Bobo talking about when Pimp C said, my man Bobo lost his baby in a house fire.
Right.
Just off of 2 bars, off of that album, folks want to know about Bobo's story. On top of, you know, just the features and stuff like that. But 2 bars off of Riding Dirty caused that to happen.
Yeah, it would make my top 20.
Yeah. No, it's definitely top 20, top 10. Jay-Z's Black Album.
Okay, I can argue with that.
That was a masterpiece. You know, I mean, he went in there and he blacked out, okay? It's the Black Album. Get Rich or Die Trying.
You got to put that in there. I mean, it was so many hits on that right there. Come on, man.
Come on. 50 Cent, I mean, he had enough singles to last him the rest of his life.
Absolutely.
Of course, Dr. Dre's The Chronic.
Absolutely.
I put Snoop Dogg's Doggy Style in there. I don't know why you didn't let Doggy Style ride.
I didn't. You know, now every album that you're saying, I like the album. Don't get me wrong. I'm going on top 10. It's not a top 10 album.
Doggy Style is not top 10?
No, not top 10. Not on everything I just told you. All Eyes on Me, Chronic, Southern Prayer, Listen to Diary, I'm Bad, Miseducation, Lord, Get Rich or Die Trying, Easy Does It, Machiavelli. What are you going to take out what are you going to take out and put Snoop in the top 10 out of that? What? All Eyes on Me? No.
All of them. But see,
Chronic? No.
But no, it just needs to go in there. And another album, I'm going to put in my top 10 as well, man. And I was shocked about this. When I went through 200 albums and I didn't see 8 Ball and MJG on top of the world.
In the top 10, B.I.?
Yes, in the top 10. I'm talking about lyrics. I'm talking about sonically, sound, and production. It'll either be On Top of the World or Living Legends.
Yeah, I got ball them right around 30-ish. You know, I could see because just they had and I don't mean to change subject, but in basketball not too long ago they had a top 75.
Yeah.
So and anybody made in that top 75, you still a man. You know what I'm saying? So I would throw they ball them in there 30, 40. I don't think it really matters. Top 10.
I'm not letting them go past 20. But see, my thing is this, and see, that's why I also kind of wanted to argue about the top 20, because see, I didn't even put my list in number order because I had too many damn records I was trying to squeeze into the top 10.
Right.
So I want to open it up to 20, and then folks that's looking, they can say, all right, well, I'll put that in that number 19 on my thing, but he got it in his top 10 or his top 20. So, because I don't care where you put it at, but those were albums that I felt like should have got a little bit more respect on this countdown than I saw, man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like your list. A few of them that you have that I agree with. Not really. I didn't hear nothing about Tupac.
Tupac, I just said All Eyes on Me.
Said, no.
Oh, no. Okay, no. You talk so much about Tupac. You said enough of Tupac for both of us. You got him 2 times on your list. You talk about how much you love him. I thought I had said something about Tupac by the time I started talking about Tupac. You see what I'm saying?
Quit hating. But like I was saying, you didn't say nothing about Tupac. But I'm gonna throw out a few
honorable mentions.
E40.
I'm with you.
That was that album with Sprinkle Me Man. I think that was Charlie Hustle.
Okay.
I'm not sure. They had another guy that went by the name of MC8.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, straight
hard.
up minutes. You should go check him out.
Answer me this, but your honorable mentions, would these be considered records that you would put in your top 25?
200.
Oh, you doing 200? You
these
ain't
are certain. These are certain. I don't think these albums even made the top 200.
My God.
I'm like, and so that's what I'm. Now Bone Thugs and Harmony East 99. It made. I don't know what number it was.
That should have been in the top 50 at least.
Goody Mob Soul Food.
Let me start back over because Goody Mob Soul Food is like my number 1 album of all time. Shit, I forgot. I didn't even type it on here.
It's 169 on the list.
And that pissed me off.
Yeah,
because Soul Food saved my life. I'd be dead if it wasn't for Soul Food. Soul Food is in my top 3 albums of all time.
How you don't have 5 top 3s, 9 number 1s, 8 number 2s. You gotta ride with something and stand on it.
I'm standing on Soul Food. You put me on the island by myself for the rest of my damn life.
Right.
I'm taking Soul Food with me. The rest of that shit can go to hell.
You were taking On Top of the World,
No, buddy.
Which one
Soul
is it?
Food, when it comes to saving lives, when it comes to sound, and it comes to just flavor,
yeah,
Soul Food is the most.
You said Outkast, Aquemini, and Outkast, one of the other ones.
ATLs, but I forgot about Soul Food. You know what? Soul Food is the number 1 album. They should put it in number 1.
Lord have mercy. Okay, what about Project Pat Mister Don't Play? I don't know if that was on the list. I got to look at that whole list. You already said UGK. As UGK riding dirty to me, I think it was right where it should be. I think on that list it may have been either 23, 25. I can't quite remember.
It was near the top, though.
But it's either 23 or 24 or 25.
Yeah.
And I think that's right where it should be. And I think 8 Ball should come a little bit after that. That's why I said right at 30-ish.
Yeah.
Ludacris back for the first time. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember
Luda. You remember that?
Stay true to smoking that stanky Buddha. I'm with Luda.
Yeah, so there were a lot of albums. Do or Die.
Here's a tale.
Do you want to ride?
Yeah.
You know, that was a great album.
That's
that was
right.
slept on. That's when Twista was raw.
Come on now.
You understand what I'm saying? There was an album that you know that I had to shoot you down on, that you tried to say was better than I'm Bad, and you made me kind of hate on the album, which I like the album. It's called Country Grammar. It's from
Country Grammar, yeah, Nelly. Yeah, no, I'm rocking with Nelly. With Nelly.
Now I don't know where that was on the list, but I didn't see it in the top 20, and I know it went diamond.
Yeah,
you know, and they had a lot of singles on that. So it's so many different albums. Anything from the Ghetto Boys.
Yeah.
I like anything from the Hot Boys.
Yeah.
You could throw Wayne in there 2 or 3
You
albums.
got to throw Wayne in there.
Exactly, Master P.
Well, see, I'm going to put it to you like this. Ghetto D, and that's the whole point, too, even with Master P, because P, off of No Limit, they got a few albums that they could have put in there, too, as well. And that's one of the things that kind of hurts, too, because for the South to be running hip-hop for like the last 25 years, and hip-hop only being about 40-something years old, then that means half them records on there should have came from the damn South.
That's true, but like
you're not gonna tell me that hip hop been living in the South and been running with the capital being in Atlanta the whole damn time,
right?
And we ain't got no representation in that top 10 like we supposed to, except for Cass. And it's the wrong damn Cass album.
And my thing, Beehive, what I really have a problem with is that this narrative of that, and I don't want to sound like I'm hating on him, but that the Biggie is the best artist worldwide. But out of New York, I don't think Biggie is the best artist out of New York. I could make an argument for Nas.
Yeah.
I could make an argument for Jay.
Well, no, you just got to give it to Jay-Z hands down. At the end of the day, these folks need to just bow down and give Jay-Z what he deserves.
I feel like they be slighting Jay. You know, by you just saying.
You got to give Jay what he deserves.
I don't, you know, Biggie could have gotten there.
Yeah,
we didn't have enough sample size. It's like saying that the greatest basketball player, he came in, he won a ring, but he retired in 4 years.
Come on.
You understand what I'm saying?
Come
on. I just can't give Biggie, you know, the best rapper out of New York, let alone the world.
Okay, let me jump in here with a few honorable mentions. Another honorable mention has to be Juvenile 400 Degrees.
Oh my goodness. I'm bumping that right now.
Yeah, that 400 Degrees kind of changed the way I listen to music out of New Orleans too as well, man. Because when I first heard 400 Degrees, I didn't understand what was going on. I had to give it a second listen. And then when I gave it a second listen, I realized that this was one of my favorite albums of all times too.
And this what, you talking about that 400 Degrees, right? You remember on that 400 Degrees when he had said, me, I eat shit, eat rap.
Yeah.
Wick got a 98 Mercedes on, and I bought, it was the remix.
No, I don't remember that, sir. I don't remember that at all, actually. I don't remember him saying anything about
Wick had a 98 Mercedes, and I saw it, and I want that. That's how the original went.
That's the one. Okay. The underground one. Okay, I understand that. Okay, another honorable mention that I needed to put in there, though, was the Loonies Operation Stackola, man. I got five on it, man.
Yeah.
That album was hard as hell. That was one of my favorite albums growing up, listening to that. You know, I needed to know if Twista Adrenaline Rush was on that top 200, okay? Because first of all, Twista has a style that has never been duplicated.
Right.
Nobody can keep up with Twista.
Right.
And that album was hard as damn hell.
And I got an album for you, Beehive, that's going that all of us that we have left out.
Come on,
because it's not really lyrically, but you want to talk about a movement and what shifted rap. It was some guys out of Florida called 2 Live Crew.
Ooh.
They had a couple of joints, Me So Horny and
were they in the top? Did they put them on the list? With Two Live Crew anywhere on the list, and they the ones who gave us the parental advisory sticker.
Exactly. If that album is not on a list of 200 best albums, what Luke at the time was going back and forth with Dre down. You know, that's how big it was. Luke had the whole East Coast for a minute.
Come on.
You understand what I'm saying? When the gangster rap out there was kind of first bubbling, and they had it going. But if I didn't see Two Live Crew on there, and so many people spun from that. JT Money, you know what I'm saying? Poison Clan, and
you know what I'm about to say though too. They put trap music on there, but I like I'm Serious better than trap music.
I can agree with that. What about www.thug.com Trick Daddy?
That was a powerful one. Universal Soldier, PT Cruiser, Pastor Troy.
PT Crew, Plies first one, my Testament.
Plies, he brought it, but I'm gonna tell you the
Charlie
one
with all that on there. And
I'm gonna tell you that this record right here that I'm about to announce, any real nigga, any real one, if you got a real bone in your body wick, if your heart don't pump no Kool-Aid, and you down for your partners and you just solid.
You talking about Hammer? I know you be bumping Hammer all the time.
No, see, now you're going to have to pray just to make it today if you keep that up. You're going to have to pray just to make it today if you keep that up.
When you were like, too legit. You used to.
But now, you done cut me off, but you kind of put me on the right direction.
Uh-oh.
I'm tired of y'all hating on goddamn MC Hammer. Hammer's the truth. Hammer is the damn truth.
He was an entertainer.
He was an entertainer, but nigga, I was riding to we gotta pray just to make it today because nigga, I needed to pray just to make it today. Maybe that's the problem with me. I need music that's gonna keep me alive a little longer.
I didn't get into Hammer like that. I didn't really get into Hammer.
You know what? And this coming from a man that got on Hammer pants right now. And that's what I was gonna tell you too, Wick. Because see, for those that don't know, Wick thinks that he's the most sexiest person alive. But what you better not do, I'm putting you on alert right now. I'm putting you on alert right now. You better not walk in here in no Hoochie Daddy shorts.
I don't even know what that is.
Some Hoochie Daddy shorts.
I don't even know what that is. It sounds crazy.
Okay, just make it show. The day you do that.
So you think that Hammer should have been
the point I'm about to make, Player Fly, the game owe me.
Okay,
that's one of the greatest underground albums ever freaking made that needs to slide up in that top 200.
So if we gonna go underground, I'm gonna match you one. You said Player Fly, right?
That's right.
There was a group called Ghetto Mafia. They had one called Straight from the Deck.
I would have, Ghetto Mafia went underground. See, that's the problem.
That particular album, okay.
No, it wasn't that when I had to see you on BET wrapped up in the blunt, doing like this, blowing out smoke like crazy.
Well,
what's underground about being on BET with?
I count underground as meaning when my definition of underground is you can sell anything under $1 million or below to me is underground.
No, to me underground is no radio play and no TV play.
Oh,
because I mean, if you get on TV, the world had to see you, nigga.
Oh, gotcha. Okay,
it ain't
Okay, what bet?
But what about Ghetto Mafia?
But yeah, the Straight from the Deck album, it was classic. On the Grind was classic. For everybody that don't know, you know what I'm saying? If you don't know, you better know. You know what I'm saying?
Indicator was my favorite song.
Yeah, and you ain't even from Indicator. That's what I'm saying.
Is that what I'm saying?
You say that, you know what I'm saying? You supposed to say coming from the what are you saying? The SWAT?
The SWATs, nigga.
There was some groups from Michigan. There was a group called the Dayton Family.
Yes, sir.
They had that FBI album.
Facts.
There was a group called Top Authority.
That's right.
They had a great album. And I'm going to give a mention to my boy MC Breed for his first album, with Ain't No Future on there, with him and Tupac.
Yeah,
I Gotta Get Mine,
MC
Gotta Get
Breed,
yours. Yeah, so it's so many albums that could have made the 200. And I kind of glanced. I got to go back through. But I may agree with 15 to 20% of that list that they made. It seemed biased to me.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna dissect it.
I don't understand how you get 50 folks in the room and still come up with a biased ass 200 list with some bullshit on it.
Because most of the people are in the same arena. They're eating at the same restaurants. They're at the same hotels, the same conventions. You understand what I'm saying? So Kendall spirits always click together. You see what I'm saying? If we on this show right here, we're really one of the only podcasts that we give props. Like I said, LL.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We didn't mention the Kings of Rock.
That's
who
right.
started this whole thing, Run DMC. You know what I'm saying? We give props to every region. So I think that that could be a top 10 for the North. That could be a top 10 for the South. Mm-hmm. That could be a top 10 for the West. There was rappers like Mac Dre that California people they're gonna put in their top 10. They're gonna put MC8 in that top 10. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Drew Down and JT the bigger figure. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? So JT? We know this. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, out of Tennessee, Skinny Pimp. Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
Skinny Pimp.
Tell me right. What about a Gangsta Pat?
Come on, man.
You see what I'm saying? So we know this music.
We know it all.
So like I say, when we talked about the Mount Rushmore that time, we forgot about Too Short. What's up, Short?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
When we talked about the Mount Rushmore, one thing that we did agree on is that you can't have a Mount Rushmore. Yeah. You understand? No 4 or 5 greatest because there's so many different categories. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? In basketball, there should be a top 5 centers. Exactly. Top 5 guards. Top 5. You see what I'm saying? I think the albums are like that. Hammer shit. You can't compare MC Hammer album or 2 Live Crew's album to Jeezy Trap or Die. They took, but the impact on both movements was just as big. You understand what I'm saying?
That's true.
So.
I mean, my thing is that when all of those writers and people get in the building and get in there and start trying to figure out what they're going to put them albums on there, what hurts me is being a Southern boy, we listened to a lot of that New York music because we had to. It wasn't by choice.
We did. A lot of that stuff I loved.
I loved a lot of it too. But some of it, when you talk, I'm talking about from the sound side of it. The musical side.
I used to like the Fat Boys.
The Fat Boys?
I'm in jail without the bed.
Houdini.
I
love Houdini. Yeah. But I'm talking about when it came time to buy those albums.
I bought Eric B. and Rakim.
When you bought them albums, it would be the boom bap. Okay.
I bought Slick Rick Children's Stories. I bought those albums and I enjoyed
Slick Rick
those
and
albums.
Those albums, they had some they would ride, but some of those songs just had tracks that I couldn't listen to the rap on because I couldn't get past the damn track.
You got a big head behind.
Please. No, stop it.
It took a long time for music to go from one side to the other. By the time it don't change, the track don't
change. In the middle, dude, in the middle of my damn head. No, buddy.
We forgetting about EPMD. EPMD and EPMD, I went to see them in concert back in the day. Eric Sermon, he used to live down here, and I told you about that. That was one of my favorite all-time duos, and I always kind of slight them. And I told him, I said, you know what, I got to start giving y'all more love because I was raised off of EPMD.
See that?
Keep the crossover.
I will put it to you like this: a New York album that I'm not sure if they put on there was Method Man's Takao album.
Method Man,
and that's what I'm talking about.
The Wu-Tang.
I loved Method Man, but that Takao album, the production kind of threw me off a little bit because it had that New York sound. At that time, New York had a sound that when you kind of listen to the music, you want to hear the artist, but then
Okay.
when you start to add that player sound behind those artists, that's when it made it a lot more digestible for us in the South to listen to. So once again, like when a Kanye gets with a tune, then he gives you, the good life.
We didn't say nothing about Kanye. We don't sit here and talk about everybody but Kanye.
Kanye is one of the greatest of all time, man.
But was he in the top 10 that you said? Was he in that top 10?
He wasn't in my top 10.
And what was the Public Enemy album? What number was that?
Public Enemy was number 4. My God.
That's kind of high for Public, but they had a movement. I listened to Public Enemy.
Fight the power.
Yeah.
Fight the power. I reached out to Chuck D to come on the show, and he ain't reached back out to me. So
Chuck D, man, what's going on, man?
Chuck wasn't trying to hear my shit, and he been living down here in Atlanta forever.
A lot of people don't like you, Beehive. I mean,
but hell, and I understand why, because I'm sitting next to your ass every other day. See, if I didn't have this nigga in here with me, then more folks would be because you know what? I did get an email back from Chuck people. They said, "Is that wicked motherfucker gonna be in there? Because if he's in there, I'm not coming." I said,
I'm gonna check Chuck about that too.
Yeah, now let Chuck know.
I'm gonna tell him you said it. Beehive told me what you said. Beehive told me what you said, Chuck. But yeah, it's so many artists. I think that we need to turn it over to the people. Let them make a top 10. Because one thing I do know about the people out here, that follow us, they're very educated.
That's right.
And they're gonna let you know about albums that we have clearly missed. Even from some of the artists that we talked about, they might be like, "Yeah, Wick, I liked that Scarface album, but this was his hardest album.
Yeah.
Or this was UGK's hardest album.
Yeah.
Or this. So turn it over to the people. Let them make a list. This is just my list. This is just your list.
And I think some of us A-Town podcasters might need to get together and create our own list, because that's pretty much where I'm at with stuff right now. Since don't nobody know how to treat the South right anymore, right. I feel like we need to do our own thing and just stop even allowing folks to even, fuck with our narrative at all.
But here's the deal. A lot of these down south, I have seen lists down south.
Yeah.
And a lot of, Outkast normally is in most of the list.
Yeah.
But a lot of the people down south that are making lists and pulling strings down here, they're from up north.
Ooh.
So they still be down here working in the city, and half of them don't know the albums that made that. I rarely hear him talking about, Sammy Sam them albums, or Baby D them, or Ghetto Mafias, or this person or that person. You know what I'm saying? So we got to get real niggas like you, me that are really from here and understand the culture. A lot of these program directors, they might be at these stations down here, but they not from Atlanta. They from up there, so they going on what they grew up
being told
on.
And what they grew up on too as well.
Yeah, because if you didn't grow up,
because you don't know unless you know.
So
unless you experience it.
You're right. We need to get together, do our own list, but we got to make sure it's, it's the Southern Boys Club when we do these lists, so we can put people in there that deserve it, that's from the South. But
I mean, we got to get everybody together, have a round table, and then also we just got to figure out what we're doing in this city to push the culture forward
I'll
as well.
Now, I'll perform at that round table. I got to
see. Now, this ain't no damn open mic. This is not a freaking open mic. We trying to change the world, and you trying to get put on.
Tupac said that when I die, have a party, let every rapper rock it. He was talking about.
I'm glad they didn't invite you to his memorial too, because you would have been up there busting a goddamn flow. and Pac's memorial.
Hey, I'm with you though, Beehive, man. We got to get everybody together, man. Make our own list. I'm with you.
And I'm gonna sit there right there. A-Town world, y'all go ahead and hit them comments. Let us know how you feel, and we'll be here for it. We're gonna get back into it again after we read them damn comments. What you think about that, Wick?
I'm with that.
Beehive Radio shouted. OG Gangsta Wicked. I'll let y'all in a minute, man. We gone.